So I keep kind of like, I know. Hello and welcome. I'm Helen Tite and you have joined us today on our Move More programme, which is part of a 25-week evidence-based falls prevention programme. So what does evidence-based mean? It means that the science has actually happened. There's been a lot of research around delivering this movement pattern in this sequence for X amount of hours. And what we know is that there is always a reduction in falls at the end of it. The byproducts are you get stronger and you absolutely 100% become more confident. Everyone will get something out of these programs, so stick with us. As usual, we always check in on health and safety, and before we started the recording we talked about it. So it's things like trip hazards, and trip hazards aren't just the carpet or the rug. We also talk about animals, the right footwear, and make sure that you're stable. So we use a dining chair for the purpose of this session. If you need to stand, or when we do the standing, you can use a wall for a bit of support as well. The point is, it's about you. You have to think about what's right by you. The final thing before we kick off is a notebook and pencil, or notebook and pen. Have that nearby. So if you've got any questions, you remember it, because I don't know if you're the same as me, but I leave the space and then I've forgotten everything. I mean, there are days that I forget my name too. So record it and you can always contact us. The number and our email address is in the bottom of the screen. The bottom of the screen as well, so you know how to contact us, and we're all, you know, we are around to take your calls and speak to you. So this is about your happiness, your progression, and we want you to have a really nice experience. God, we've gone early, haven't we? Are we early in our session? Oh no, it's not. Okay, so I'm just going to move my chair. This is week 2. Week 2 of 25. Some of you will feel that you can progress already. Others will go, oh, no, I'm just gonna get used to it. Don't worry, it's literally, the format's the same. I'm just going to offer more challenging options as other options, okay? So there are seated versions and standing. In a little while, Pat will come on to screen with me and she'll be demonstrating a stand or a sit variation. First things first, let's have a look at posture. So sit or stand, I'm looking for a long spine. So we're not bad posture, slouchy, belly hanging out. We are nice and tall, as if somebody's got you by the crown of your head and just pulling you up and lengthening you. Chin tucked back a little, shoulders back and down. And you've got self-supporting spine. So it means that we're not relying on the chair for support. You are doing this on your own. Once we've got that self-supporting spine, then we think about our breath, because breath is a real asset when we're breathing well to help us with our self-supporting spine. So inhaling, breathing out. Strong breath out. Inhaling to prepare movement, exhaling to do movement. So that's kind of a rule of thumb, and we will reinforce that. Don't worry about breath. Your leg won't fall off if you've got your breath in the wrong sequence, okay? Right, so let's start. Self-supporting spine. The first thing I want you to do is to pump your heels. So we're going to switch to camera 1 so you can see my feet. That's camera 2, Pudge. Camera 1 is the foot one.
Next, the sound is pretty bad. Can you lower when you raise your voice, they can't hear. Pudge, I don't know if you can hear that.
I can't hear Pudge at all, and we're pointing at the wrong camera. Yeah, lovely. Okay, so we're starting on the heel pump. Heel pump. This is a classic movement, and yes, they are new trainers. My daughter saw them and said, Mum, you have to have them. They've got animal print on one side and a bit of neon on the other. I mean, what could a girl want? God. Now I'm alternating toes to heels. We put a huge amount of effort into heel pumping. And the reason being, when you move these ankles activate the back of your legs, the calf muscles. When that happens, blood is squeezed quicker back to the heart. When that happens, we avoid feeling dizzy. So heel pumping, as silly as it feels, will become the law, okay? So I'm just alternating heel toe just because I can, but try toe to heel, see how that feels. And when we start in our Move More program, we start with every session with a circulation boost. So we are boosting circulation by doing this, because sometimes we have a lot of fluid around our ankles. So we are boosting circulation and we are mobilizing the body. Okay, so let's think, rest feet for a second, unless you want to carry on pumping your toes, and we're going to march your arms. Now we're going to switch back to middle camera. Lovely. And we are marching. Now here's the thing, you have to do what feels right and feels comfortable for you. So relax the neck, your shoulders are dropped because your shoulders aren't earrings. And we're not working with the elbows, so we're nice and relaxed, pumping the elbows. And I need to know that the arm is going backwards, okay? Lovely.
Can you just make sure that if you are sitting in the chair that you're forwards in your chair and away from the back of the chair, just so that you've got room to sit up straight and
Self-supporting spine.
That's it.
Did that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Oh, you can't see.
How do we feel? The other thing, so you keep going. So I talk about circulation boost and warm up. So this movement is us warming up and boosting the circulation, because we're adding movement to your stillness. So we add that movement. So what happens is the blood moves quicker around your body. So does the oxygen move quicker around your body. And it's all about just getting you nice and warm and prepared for the session. Well done. Okay, so from here, let's just add in a little spinal rotation. Now, as the weeks progress, you might want to do this in stand. I'm looking to slide my hands up my thighs and just look over my shoulder. So I'm thinking about what's going on through the waist. Now I'm long and tall, self-supporting spine in the movement. Lovely. So some of you might feel a bit achy here. It is important that we get the ribs moving. Lovely. Now, send me your arms. There you go. Big reach and a twist. So as I change positions so you can see me, you can see that my reach is forward and I'm pulling my hand back to my ribs. So I'm reaching and twisting, taking my time with this because I don't want to feel dizzy. Lovely. Long and tall. So we're thinking nice and tall in your seated position. Are we all right? Well done. And release. Okay. Big fat shoulder rolls. When I say big and fat, I mean large movements, but take your time. Swaying forward and backwards into the chair is fine. Let's use that breath too. Big roll. Well done. Lovely. And release. Pop your right hand on your right shoulder. Don't think about it. Just right hand, right shoulder. And draw a circle with your elbow. Let's make this bigger. If you want to add more of a twist, you can. Nice and tall in your positioning. So we're trying not to fold into the center. We're nice and tall as we create that movement. Lovely. And then release. Switch sides. So take your left fingertips onto your shoulder and draw little circles with your elbow. Lovely and upright. So we're tall in our positioning. Self-supporting spine. If you want to make it bigger and look over your shoulders at the same time, feel free to do so. I always talk about that point of, ooh, you know, sometimes when you have, you know, like Baloo the bear, that little scratch or that little stretch that actually feels really nice. Well done. And release. Good work, guys. Okay, let's hip walk to the back of the chair and then hip walk to the front of your chair. Again, another one of our movements that becomes the law over time. And the idea is that we're using the whole body to shunt your body forward and then take your body backwards. So we're pulling back, lifting your bum, lifting your bum. Lovely. Lift your bum. As we do this, we are thinking about strengthening the waistline. So there is method in the madness here with this movement to lift your bum cheeks. Lift your bum cheeks. Settle into the back of your chair. Then rise up and come forward into the front third of your chair. Okay, now we're moving forward now, guys. If you want, forgive me for calling you guys, it's like a team thing. It's a big armful of love going on here. I'd like you to come into the front third of your chair, and for those that are standing, let's stand. So when we rise to stand, we pump the heels at the top of the movement. Now I want you to come round to the back of your chair for support. At any time you want to sit, please rest out and sit. This is literally about you. Now, a couple of things. Common sense, just make sure you feel safe, you've got something to lean against or something to hold on, drink some water when you need to. Just think about all those safety checks. Lovely. Yeah, when you're ready. Okay, so we're pumping the heels. We still haven't finished our circulation boost and warm up. I just want you to take your toes back. So it's a little movement, but you're keeping your weight forward. You're tapping the leg backwards. Why are we doing this? We spend a lot of time sat. This is going to help us wake up our back muscles. Why don't you go and deal with that, Pat?
There's nothing I can do about it. It's gone.
Okay. Lovely. Now here's the change. We're stepping back. So watch me if you need to first. My weight is coming into the back leg and then together. So I'm stepping backwards and then stepping forwards. Stepping backwards. Now I'm not worrying about form, technique at the moment. I just need to feel and experience that shift of weight. Okay, so Pat's here to provide a seated variation of everything we do. And again, this is about your confidence, because sometimes we compete and we go, well, she stood, so I'm going to have to stand. And today, if it's not a standing day, then don't do it. Okay, so what's actually happening? We're starting to migrate towards our targeted endurance. So once you're up, we might as well keep you up. This stuff is good for your heart health. You may feel a bit more breathless as we start to progress, and that is completely normal, okay? And that's simply because you're using a lot of muscle groups. Lovely. Okay, hold it there and pump your heels. So, and the heel pump, remember what I said, you're pushing. By heel pumping, you're pushing blood flow quickly back to the heart to stop us feeling dizzy. From here, I'm just turning to face you. It's a step, a touch. Over the years, we have learnt that the side stepping is probably the best part, a real advantageous movement that we've put into the program, and most people feel that this makes them feel a lot safer. Well, it's true. Step together, step together. Good. Work at your own pace. We're not rushing. Here's the change. 2 steps in one direction. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. If you want to, we can do this with against the back of the chair. Making sure you just feel safe. That's the important thing. So Pat's doing this in sit. There is never pressure unless you feel magical and you want to give something a go, then please do so. Okay, well done. Come back and pump your heels. And the reason we're keeping you pumping your heels, we're keeping you up, 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 and making sure your heart rate has come up and now in a steady state. We don't want it to come off and then back on again, okay? So here's the change. We're just tapping into a front diagonal position. So toe touch, feet together. Toe touch, feet together. Please don't rush this. I just want you to experience how your feet feel. Toe lands, push off your toe. Toe lands into the diagonal, push off your toe. So you can see that when you're doing this, you're starting to put a little bit of pressure through the knee and through the thigh. That's good, okay? Everything we do is designed to keep you steady on your feet. So bear with us. Now I'm going to change this. Same movement, but my heel is going to land and my heel is going to push me back. So it's a heel, toe, heel push. Heel, toe, heel push. Well done. Heel, toe, heel push. So you should be able to differentiate between landing on your toe and landing on your heel with the movements. We have to wake up muscle fibers in your body. So we're giving everything a bit of a go. Well done. Come back to that march. Excellent work, team. Okay, we're still working through our targeted endurance now. So what I'd like us to do is, if you're in sit, we'll be doing more of a bottom thing. It'll come to me in a minute. In stand, we're just going to sit back and rise. Now watch me. Please watch me for a second. Watch where my eyes are facing and my head is facing, and see how I push my bottom out. So my eye gaze is forward, I'm pushing my bottom out and lowering down and rising with a flat foot. Okay, so facing you, I've got space between feet, lowering down and rising. Now Pat's going to demonstrate a seated equivalent. So a couple of things, her heels are tucked, she's just coming off the chair a little bit and then lowering. A little raise and lower, eye gaze forward. And the tip is, if your arms are stretched out forward, it helps with the rise from the chair. Now Pat's going quite quickly and you will get quite breathless on either of these, so choose your pace. So sticking your bottom out and then rise. Sticking your bottom out and rise. I'm just going off camera because I'm just going to get some, open the door. So you keep going, I get to watch you all. Caroline, stick your bum back. Okay, stop, stop, stop. Okay, now watch. There's this, and then there's this. Did you see that? Move 1. Move 2. I'm looking at move 2. I want that. So don't be afraid to stick your tush out. So I don't want you to come down onto your knees. It can be uncomfortable. So let's have a little play with that again. Bottom goes back. Feel the weight into your heels. Clench bottom, rise. Eye gaze forward. Bottom out. Keep looking forward. Clench bottom on the up phase. Right, can we just practice that a minute? I'm just going off screen to look at you. Lovely. It takes a while to nail this. Brilliant. So it's bottom back. Lovely. Does that make sense? Some of you are going, I'm not sure. Bottom back, bend your knees. Bottom back, bend your knees, eye gaze forwards or upwards. Yes, it does make you breathless, just so we're clear. It also increases the strength of the thigh muscles and increases the health of the bone, the thigh bone. Well done, Margaret. Good work. Lovely. Yes, it does make you warm. Well done. And then come back into a march. Well done. Oh, I love that. Oh, also known as the squat. Okay, and if it gives you any consolation, when I stop and do a bit of corrections, so you're our older group, young uns also squat differently. So you see a lot of people in healthy active classes also doing that, and it's just going to create a bit of stress on the knee joint. So you're learning a good technique there. Okay, so from here, we're coming into a bit of a balance challenge. So take your feet nice and wide for me. And we are going to sway from one side to the other. Now, I know in the past, and I encourage this if you want to, use a chair back for your support, and we are swaying. It's called wide-based sway. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm just going to switch to foot camera, leg camera. Are you there, Pudge? Okay, lovely, good boy. So what we're doing here, you can see that I've got wide space, so a big base of support between right foot and left foot. And then I am keeping my toe on the ground as I'm swaying right, left. Now to add in intensity, I'm just swinging my arms. Now, if you want to, you can just feel that balance on one leg, but use the chair for support. I can't even begin to tell you how brilliant this is. Is that me?
Yeah.
This is a really good one. Okay. So when you do this move, it really helps your pelvic floor as well. And it really helps to stabilise the thigh bone into the pelvis. Also really, really handy. So this, definitely one of my favourites, but don't tell everyone. Right, okay. Middle camera, camera 3. Wide base sway will never go away. This is absolutely one of my favourites, and it'll be pretty much in all the sessions moving forward. Camera 3, please. Okay, lovely. Because you can't. Camera 3, please. There you go. Thanks. Right, there you go. And so over time, this becomes a bigger movement pattern. And over time, this is you reaching into the cabinets. This is you trying to grab that shampoo bottle that's been tucked away. So there is method in the madness, and that's what we try to bring back to you all the time. So we're wide. Okay, now just a little bit of lateral flexion of the spine. So we're working side to side. So based on what I just said to you, wide base sway and reach, same thing, but we're reaching low rather than reaching high. And you can see how this movement will apply to so many activities in the home, whether you're trying to reach the remote control that's fallen on the floor, or you're picking up some shopping, or something that's come through the letterbox, you're just picking it up. That is kind of why we do what we do. The great thing is when we perform this movement, we're stabilizing in the waistline and stabilizing in the core. Okay, I think I stood on something. Okay, well done. and release. Do us a favour, walk, grab some water, and we're going to move towards the wall. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a hot drink because I talk so much. You notice I've started calling it hot drink rather than admitting that I'm drinking a coffee. Whew. Nice cup. Oh, I'll leave that there, that's lovely. Okay, so to reinforce the message, this is a falls prevention program. So we have to address what it's going to look like when we get off the floor. And one of the areas that is really important to us is the strength of the upper body, because we get frightened and we think we can't get ourselves off the floor. So we're going to make our way towards a wall now, and we're going to look at how we can strengthen the upper body using the wall for your support.
I'll do it with a chair, shall I?
Pat will demonstrate with a chair, but I'm going to encourage you to find some space by a wall. The first thing we're going to do is have a look at the hands. So I'm looking at a W shape. Okay, so basically your hands aren't here by your ears, they're down below your shoulders. Okay, the hands are nice and wide against the wall, and all we're doing, because we're quite close to the wall, we're just lowering the body and pushing it backwards. So Pat is in a staggered stance and she's using the chair for support. Okay, now if you want to and you feel like you're not really getting full benefit here, step back a little bit and continue the movement. There is no right and wrong with where your hands go. So if you want to take your hands wider or staggered, keep going for me, okay? So we're still lowering our body and pressing, okay? So this bit's really important. Keep going. I was gonna go on then. So Pat in sit is just pressing her hands together. So the same movement is activate. No, wall please, I never said stop. We're just showing you alternatives. So I'm here at the wall. Yeah. So what if we went slower into the wall and slower push back? See how that feels. So this is a wall press up. You're going to do a few more for me. It might be next week we'll start to count how many we do. I just want you to get familiar with the movement. And then rest. Good job. Okay. Now, you do us a favour for me. Pump your heels, please, and just watch me as I am going to set you up. Right. I'm moving the tree. Sorry about this. Right. Okay. So what I'm looking for, my left side of the body is closest to the wall, okay? But not on it. My right hand is going to be the working hand. I'm going to rest my left shoulder against the wall. So I'm just having a little bit of a wall lean. My right hand is now reaching towards the wall. It's my right hand that's going to press me off the wall and allow me back in. So my right hand is going to push. Now what you might find is, again, might feel a bit easier. So I'm looking to walk my feet away from the wall a little bit further. And it's a push and a lower. Push and a lower. So to explain this through, we're working the side and back of the arm and the shoulder. So, and in the event, God forbid, of a fall, do a tricep exercise with the band. Okay. Hold and press down. In the event of a fall, this is where all the strength is, because you're going to need your arms to either pull you or press you out of a place of danger. Okay, right, other side. So I'm going to go to the other side of the room. Again, in a community setting, I would do exactly the same thing. So my right side is going to lean against the wall. My left hand's going to do the work. I'm going to walk my feet away from the wall a little bit, and my left hand is pushing me off and back in. Pushing me off, back in. Come on, team. So Pat is using no band.
Because they haven't all got bands, I don't think. So.
And she's pressing away, her elbows back, and she's just striking backwards. Okay, so we're activating the triceps. Bingo wings to us. Well done. Are we good? Shirley, you look lush. Well done. And then release your shoulders. Good. I'm really pleased to see this. Okay, so coming back to the wall. Now just watch me for a second. I'm quite close to the wall. What I'm looking for is one leg to kick away, transfer feet, other foot kicks away. So one kicks away with a bum squeeze, and then the other one bum squeeze. One, and then two. Of course you can do this in with the chair for support if you want to. One and two. And Pat's variation in sit is a leg lift and lower, trying to keep the leg nice and straight. So find the thing that works for you. All of this is targeting around the hip. And obviously we prefer you to do the stand where possible. And why? Because to really challenge the body around preventing falls, we need to get you in that standing position. And that is all about independence, right? Okay. Well done. Give me a thumbs up. We're doing okay. Beautiful. Okay. So actually what we've done so far, circulation boost and warm up. Then we did some endurance work when we were pumping our heels and marching and sidestepping. Then we were looking at some balance work. So we were doing that diagonal, out to the diagonals, and we were doing some wide base sways. Then we had a look at strength. And when strength came in, we were squatting. So that is our targeted strength work. Equally, the press ups are strength work and the tricep work. So the single arm stuff, that's all strength work. Now we're going to have a look at some Tai Chi. Right. Okay, that's right, isn't it? Week 2. We don't do any chair leans, lunge steps. No. No. Okay, so here we're going to look at some Tai Chi movements. Firstly, we're in a wide base of support. And I want you to roll one shoulder and then relax it. Roll the other shoulder and relax. One comes in and out, in and out. The beautiful thing here is that we're using breath. The tone of voice changes. This really taps in to help us with our relaxation. And when we're not stressing, we actually are doing good stuff on the inside in terms of hormones. And often it's the stress, I can't do that, I can't do that. We hear that inner dialogue all the time, that's too scary, I can't do that. So we incorporate Tai Chi to help us with stress management. Now watch, both hands come up towards the face and then press towards me, you, yeah, come into me, and then down. So we're breathing in and up, forward, and down. Good. In and up. Exhale. And down. Breathing in. Exhaling. One more time, breath in. Exhaling. Well done. Okay, now watch. My right hand is coming up to my face and then it's moving away to my right shoulder. My left hand is coming up to my face. I'm moving to my left shoulder. Right hand to right. Left hand to left. Now at the same time this is all happening, your eye gaze is following the moving hands. So left hand forward, follow to the left side, come back to the middle and go, oh, the right hand's there ready. Just seen all the bruises on my arm.
Me too.
These are my dog. That's my dog, little Nipper. Got a puppy. You'll hear all about my puppy in the upcoming weeks. But at the moment, she wants to clean me, and then she'll nip me by accident. It's my own fault. Terrible. Okay, so this is the looking glass. Now look at my feet. I'm just changing cameras, so if we can go to the foot camera, please. Okay. Now with the foot camera, I want you to see, lovely, I want you to see a wide base of support. Now what will happen is, one foot comes back, other foot comes forward and outwards. Does that make sense? So you've got wide base of support, step forward a little to allow the toes to turn out, and we're going to sway. So front diagonal, back diagonal, front, back, front toe, back heel. Now at waist height, I'm just rowing. All done in sit. So we're just shifting weight from front leg to back leg. Front leg to back leg. Lovely. You keep going. Lovely. Now switch sides. So staggered stance. Front knee, back heel. Front knee, back heel. Keep going and add in your arms. And that just helps us with that shift of balance, which supports our core stability. Sorry, mate. Lovely. 2 or 3 more of these, please. Well done. And then come back to centre. Excellent work, team. Okay, switching back to big camera. Lovely. Well done. Okay, now it's time to stretch. So let's start with fingers. I want you to intertwine your fingers for me. Okay, and just give them a bit of a rub, 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 rub. Then see if you can press them forward. I don't know how I feel about this. A long time ago I was told never to do this to older people.
Okay.
And I'm not sure. Like, if this feels nice, do it. Right? Otherwise, cup your hands and push forward and backwards. I actually don't know why. I don't know, it's just stuck with me. But personally, I'm thinking, oh, that feels nice, and I want to stretch my wrists and my forearms. So for me, I'm like, don't really. I'm sure it'll become obvious. I love some of your faces. You're like, she's bonkers. She needs to stop talking. Okay, shake off your hands. Because don't we get really stiff in the joints, don't we, in our hands and fingers? So this is quite nice and invigorating for us. Okay, now watch. I'm just going to push one hand forward to me and then back. Switch sides, push forward and back. Let's do that again. One more. Lovely. Stop in the name of love. Okay, okay. Right hand, fingers, shoulder. Right elbow towards the sky. Lovely. Good, 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 good. So I don't mind. If you're here, that's fine. If you can go a little higher, that's fine. The idea is we're just getting a beautiful stretch out the back of the arm. And then release. Well done. Okay, other side. Fingers onto your shoulders. Send your elbow up towards the sky. Do what you can. Some of us are quite restricted there in the shoulder, so do what you can. Lovely. And then release. Roll the shoulders. Beautiful. Okay, bear hugs. Bear hugs, my favourite thing, or in my world, kutches. So you just take your fingers around the shoulders. Walk your fingers around as far as they can and give yourself a big squidge. Chin to chest if you want to. And then a little rock side to side. So lovely little kutch there. Beautiful. Now remember which arm is the highest arm, because you're going to switch arms. But you'd think that's not difficult, right?
I've got to think about it.
Well done. Little bear hug. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then release. Okay, let's think about the legs now. So we take the left foot forward in your chair. You're sat in your front third, toes towards the ceiling. The version in stand is taking the left leg backwards and pressing your heel towards the floor using your wall or chair for support. Stay in sit. If you're in standing, follow me. Take your back foot a step forward, bend both knees and tuck under. So we step in, sink, tuck. So that would be a rounding of your back, belly button. Keep the leg out, rounded through your back, belly button to backbone. Well done. And switch legs. So leg forward, toe to ceiling, rest your hands on your bent knee. In standing, stretch back leg back, melt back heel into ground. Okay, back leg steps forward, both knees bend, tuck under pelvis. So you can see I'm just bringing it under just so I can get that stretch out my back. Rise up, roll shoulders. Okay, I'll go.
No, you go. I can hold.
Okay,
Shut the door
so I'm
for
going to
you.
hand to Pat now to do some relaxation with you. So make yourself nice and comfortable. That's the first thing. Because we are going to do relaxation, you might want to pop your cardio. Make sure you don't get a chill. Make sure you're comfortable, and it's absolutely okay to have a nap. Right.
Thank you. So settle, take your time, just settle in your chairs.
Just ignore me behind the scenes, knocking everything over.
And when you're settled, just take a couple of long, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Close your eyes. Nobody's watching you. Just have 5 minutes for yourself. So literally pop your feet on the floor, take them wide so you're nice and steady, you feel safe. And breathe. Focus on your breath. Long, slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Relax your fingers. Just allow your hands to rest on your lap, your belly, wherever feels most comfortable. If you nod off, it's fine. We don't mind. It's quite nice. It's a bit of a skill. And if you don't believe in kind of relaxation or mindfulness, that's fine. Just look down a point at along your nose, look down at the floor, and just take a couple of moments to be on your own, to just be in your own space. But we're just going to guide you on a little breathing practice, which can help you to reduce stress, to focus, and to just be calm. So I want you to take a long, deep breath in through your nose. Feel that breath travelling almost down into your lungs. And then all the way out, 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 keep going, until you empty your lungs of that air. And then take another long, slow breath in. And if you feel dizzy, just come back to normal breaths. But just thinking about how that breath affects your body. Can you feel your ribs rising with that breath in? You might feel a movement in your shoulders. And you might feel your hands moving. And feel the temperature of that breath as it enters your nostrils. And then think about how it feels in your body as you breathe out. So that long, slow breath out. You might feel your ribs just sinking back down, or your belly. You might feel your shoulders soften. And then just come to a normal breath at your own speed, not really thinking about how long it takes for that breath, but feeling more relaxed with each breath in and each breath out. And you can just stay with that breath if you want to. But we're going to body scan, so I want you to start at your toes. And you can either scrunch up your toes or imagine yourself scrunching them up, and then letting go of all that tension, even spreading them out and then relaxing them. And then working around your ankle, and if we're moving your ankle, your calf comes into play. So tightening the ankle, the calf, and maybe the kneecaps, tightening them, holding that tightness, and then letting go. You can wiggle a little bit if you need to, and then let all that tension go. And then coming through to the thighs and the bottom, squeezing the thighs and the bottom, tense around the backs of the legs. And you can tighten into your toes as well if you want to do the whole leg, holding that squeeze, and then releasing and letting go a little bit more. Coming to the belly and the lower back, so pulling the belly in, tightening around the lower back, so almost as if you've got a large belt around your belly, squeezing, pulling in, and then letting go and relaxing. And then into the shoulder blades, the arms. So I want you to make a fist with your hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades up to your ears. Squeeze the shoulders up to your ears. Include the shoulder blades. A big squeeze. And then let it go. Relax the fingers. Relax the shoulders down. Relax down to the toes again. And just breathe. Just breathe. And then into the face. We're going to scrunch up the whole face. So the eyes, the teeth clench. A big squeeze of the face, as tight as you can. And then relax. And then working individual muscles in the face. So tightening the jaw, squeezing the teeth, and relaxing. So the teeth separate slightly. And then relaxing into the cheekbones, around the eyes, the eyelids, and the eyebrows. Really soften through the eyes, the face, into the temples. So there's no expression, there's no tension, and then into the forehead, around the scalp and over the top, into the back of the neck, adjusting the shoulders again. So there's no tension in the whole body. Your whole body feels relaxed and rested. And just breathe in your own time. Taking longer time to breathe out. Just being aware of that breath again. Feeling the rise and fall of the rib cage. Maybe thinking about some positive thoughts, how well you've done today. Thinking about the movements today. How it will set you up for today and for the week ahead. And you can always come back to breathing practice and relaxation. And then we slowly start to move our toes, move our fingers, taking some longer breaths in and a sigh. Moving the fingers and the toes, rolling through the shoulders. Sitting upright if you can, unless you've nodded off. If you've nodded off, just ignore me. Open your eyes. Have a little stretch if you need to. Oh, a little yawn. That's it. Oh, get some oxygen in your lungs. Let's roll the shoulders into a bigger movement now. Breathing more normally. Lovely. Sitting up, give yourself a little round of applause for a job well done. And thanks for joining us in Move More. We'll be back next week. So you can always contact us on info@iCareIMove.com or call us on the number below and we'll give you a call back. Take care.
Well done, everyone. So you don't have to go for those on Zoom. If you want to stay and have a little nap